This is Suzanne Hart, and it is time for, oh my gosh, announcement number 2. I am so excited. So I'm going to just wait until, if you're out there and you can hear me, let me know you can hear me. If you can see me, let me know if you can see me. I'm excited. Who is out there? Oh, I see Lori Cowan. Hey, Lori, good to see you. How are you, my dear? Been too long. Thank you. How are you? Just waiting for a few people to join us, Miss Lori. I am so excited to do this announcement and share with you. Good to hear. Good to hear. We're just waiting for a few people to join. Oh. Awesome. So, hello everyone. It is Suzanne Hart. I'm excited. The countdown is on. I am getting ready to make an announcement on something I have been working on behind the scenes with my team and my crew and a bunch of amazing, amazing people. We're going to talk about traveling, leaving the continent, and just getting ready to have a powerful 2018. Hi, Gabby. Great to hear you. And feel free to share this if you are excited and you love what you're hearing. And I truly believe you will. Please take a moment and share it on your page. Let people know what's going on. This is an exciting time for me. And we have been working and in collaboration with our travel agent. His name is Josh with Expedia. Josh is the king right now in my world. And Josh has helped us put together an exciting opportunity. So if you were here earlier today, you got a little glimpse in it. Lori, it would be fun to see you here, see you with us in this beautiful location. So I want to talk to you a little bit about change and transformation. I want to talk to you about your health. And one of the words you hear me use is your fitness, right? To be, we're talking about getting fit, feeling fabulous, and living a fulfilled life. And oftentimes, people are like, what is this thing about fitness that Suzanne is always talking about? Because notice I'm not talking about weight loss. I'm not talking about a diet. I am talking about your physical, emotional, and spiritual health, your financial fitness, and how they all come together. And sometimes people have asked me, well, where did this journey begin for you? Where did it start? And I want to tell you a little share before I announce what's happening and why I'm so excited. I used to run track many moons ago. I started running track when I was about 13, 14 years old. And one day I was at a track meet with a bunch of teammates, and there was a scout there. His name was Luke. And Luke was looking for 4 new athletes that he could train for the next few years. And he scouted me and three other teammates. And you have to understand, we lived in this small town outside of Montreal, which many would say was in the middle of nowhere. And I remember Luke approaching us, and he said to us, would you like to become a great runner? And I'm wide-eyed. I am 13 years old, I think 13, 14. Here's the scout approaching us, and I was like, absolutely, I want to become a great runner. And then he said, no, do you want to become one of the best runners in the province? Do you want to become an exceptional runner? And I looked at him and I said, yes, I do. And I actually thought I was a great runner. So I was like, yes. And a little cocky young thing I know. And then he asked the question again. And when he asked the question again, I got serious because I was like, okay, he's asking a serious question. And I thought about it and I said, absolutely, I want to become the best of the best. I want to become a really good runner. And then he said to me something that has always stuck with me. He said to me, and he said to the group of us rather, that if you want to become a great runner, you have to embody the habits, the beliefs, and the behaviors of exceptional runners. You have to become a great runner today. You have to act like one today. And I really didn't understand what he was talking about, but I was in, he was serious, and our journey of training with this gentleman began. And I remember he started training us at the end of our track season that summer, and we trained all through the year. And what was really interesting about this was we trained all through the year, and Luke would have us do all these really interesting things. So I remember in the winter, it was my first introduction into weight, and I remember he called it circuit fauconnier, and it was circuit training with weights. I didn't like it. It was awkward. It seemed kind of boring, but he would have us run these circuits. Then he would make us run hills, and we'd have these interval trainings. So imagine running 100 meters up a hill that was like kind of like this. So he'd have us run hills. And then as the spring came around, I remember him bringing us to this cow field and having us do our sprints in this cow field. And I would be like, what? And he'd say, well, if you don't get your knees up, you're going to fall. So he would do this, and he'd tell us to elongate our stride. And then one day he brought us to this mountain, and he said, I will see you at the top. This is practice today. And I thought, this man is insane, but we ran this mountain, and I didn't think I would make it, but we did. We got to top, legs burning, legs felt like tree trunks, and we made it. And I remember being so proud of myself. And then another time, it was so hot. It was in the middle of summer, and he hosed down the track and told us we were doing starts. And I thought of all the days for him to choose to do starts was the day that the track was too hot to touch, that you had to hose it down. But he made us get out of our blocks. He said, you're going to get out fast. And Luke continuously did these things. He put hurdles in front of our starting blocks so we wouldn't stand straight up. He continuously did these things. He would tell us what we needed to eat. He would recommend that we ran first thing in the morning. So 6 a.m. run, so we'd have enough time between our first run and our second workout, which was practice. And we did all these things, and I didn't understand it at the time. But that summer, when he put us back on the track for our first race, we were so fast as a group of 4 little girls that by the time we were crossing the finish line, the other teams were rounding the corner on the last 100 meters. We had blown the times. And then when we went to our first indoor track meet, 3 little girls from the middle of nowhere became Canadian champion indoor 4x1 record holders for junior level. The question was, how did he get 4 little girls from the middle of nowhere, all from one school, to create this one feat? What it was he decided that he was going to treat us like champions. He decided that he was going to treat us like winners. He decided that he was going to shift our mindset, our thinking, and how we related to who we are. Because over that process of training with him, we became disciplined, we became masterful, we became champions. And we were champions in our minds. So by the time we stepped on that track, everything was done. And we didn't actually even know it was happening. What happened for me was I continued to train at that level all through high school. And then my next coach was Mr. Winston Roberts when I started competing as a competitive bodybuilder. And he had the same attitude. But what was interesting was every time I got into contest shape, I would watch my marks actually go through the roof. If I was a B student, I became a B plus or A student in all my courses. And what I began to realize was the habits that my coaches were cultivating on the fields, in the gym, on the track, was actually being transferred into the classroom and invariably into every other area of my life. And so when I talk about you actually engaging and creating your fitness, I'm talking about your physical fitness. I'm talking about your mental fitness, and I'm talking about your leadership fitness. And I want to talk about mental fitness. Mental fitness is a mastery. And when those times when Luke asked us to run that hill, and I didn't think I could do it, when my body gave out, it was my mind that took over. And it was the conversation that I had with myself that actually got me up that hill. When he hosed down that track and he said we needed to get out, he was showing us how to be resourceful. Because when he hosed down the track, we could have gone home and said it was too hot to practice. But he was like, no, we're going to be resourceful. We're going to find a solution. We're going to look beyond this obstacle and we're going to keep moving. And because he role modeled that in his leadership mastery, I took on his leadership mastery and we became a resourceful team. When he took us out to that field, right? And he taught us to dig deep. He told us, he was teaching us how to stretch. He was elongating our stride. He was bringing on us beyond where we were at that time. He continuously put little challenges and obstacles in our path to stretch our minds and to stretch our capacity. So when I talk to you about your physical fitness, your mental fitness, and your mastery, this is what I'm talking about. So I want you to consider, if you will, that as you take on your physical fitness, there are habits and ways of being. There's a person that you become in that journey when done properly that will build your mental fitness. And your mental fitness will shift who you are in the world, and it will create your leadership mastery, right? And so I want to talk to you about a journey where you can actually begin to go on a very similar journey as I did with my coaches over the years, right? Where you get to go on an experiential journey where you can actually begin to take a physical journey that stretches you and develops a mental journey, and that has you go home with a leadership fitness. So I want to introduce you to Fit, Fab, and Fulfilled, the Freedom Retreat. It is occurring in Cancun, Mexico. Yes, Cancun, Mexico, at the El Dorado Royale Resort. It is 7 beautiful days with some exceptional people who are all coming together to actually become fit, feel and find they're fabulous, and begin the journey of living a deeply fulfilled life. And so this for me is an experiential journey. So imagine arriving at the airport and being greeted with the warm air of Mexico in the middle of February, because this is February 1 through 8. So it's cold here if you're in the north. The weather's not as beautiful. And if you're in different parts of the world, there's nothing like going to a tropical place. Imagine arriving at the hotel and being greeted like if you are a king or a queen and being treated like royalty. Looking out and seeing the sand, the sun, the ocean, and experiencing 14 different restaurants, and going to your room, and it is absolutely exquisite. I want you to imagine a champagne reception where you are greeted by me and a host of other people that are on the same journey, and they're like-minded. They have a commitment to a spectacular 2018. And this is where they've come to kickstart, do their planning, and actually begin their journey of physical, emotional, and financial fitness, right? Begin to stretch out and begin to step into that journey. Each day, as you go on this journey with me, there will be an experience. So every single excursion is included that we're going to take you on. We're going to have excursions that take you through the land and through the jungles and through all sorts of different experiences. So we're going to do land excursions. We're going to take you on excursions that take you on the water. We're gonna have days where you relax and pamper yourself at the spa. We're gonna have times where you get to revel in most exquisite foods. All these things, every excursion and every exercise that we're going to do at this retreat is designed to have you have insight into an area of your life. So part of it is that I want you to consider doing yoga, Zumba, weights in the morning, and really getting committed to your physical fitness. I'm going to talk to you about the rituals and routines that support my fitness and the mindset that has allowed me to remain fit over the years. So I'm going to teach you some of the things that I've learned as I've worked with some of the best coaches in this area as I was an athlete, and how I created my lifestyle of fitness. See, I'm not talking about diets. I'm not talking about quick fixes. I'm not just talking about going to the gym and coming back so sore that you can't move. I'm talking about a journey that is day in, day out, that builds your integrity around your fitness. You see, I relate to your fitness. I relate to my fitness as my self-love, my self-care, my self-respect, and my ability to set boundaries in the world and take some time to put me first, fill my cup up first, and begin to give from this place called my overflow. So imagine a saucer filled and a cup filled, and in the saucers there's the overflow, and that's where you produce, that's where you give, that's where you contribute from, and you go through the journey of keeping your cup filled on every single day, right? So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about health as a journey, health as an act of nurturing and support, and we're going to talk about the fact that your physical fitness, your health begins here before it shows up here. So we're going to talk through that. Then we're going to talk about the habits that allow you to actually come consistently and persistently to your health. We're going to talk about the mindset of champions and the integrity of champions. And we're going to talk about the power of being your word with yourself. And we're going to talk about the mastery that comes with the power of being your word with yourself. Because one of the things I do know is when my word with myself creates my certainty, my confidence, and my integrity with every single person. How the world sees me has a lot to do with my ability to trust and be my word to myself. So we're going to really just dig in and talk through that. So if you guys are hearing anything that you like, let me know. Type something, share with me. Is this moving you? Is this making sense? So that's what we're going to do. And I truly believe that the feeling and finding your fabulous is your journey to your integrity with you. It is your journey of being your word to yourself. It is when you are able to master yourself in the face of all the things that life throws at you. I want you to consider that this is your opportunity to see life, experience the challenges, and be so grounded in your habits and your mental clarity and your focus that you just keep moving and you navigate through all challenges, not with ease, but with a level of commitment and persistence that has you transform. And then living a deeply fulfilled life is who you become in this journey. Because fulfillment is when you are clear on who you are in the world and what you are committed to. I am so excited to take you on this journey. Yes, it's the mindset of health for us. It's great to hear you. Absolutely. And the mindset of health begins here. And I'm talking about your physical health, your emotional health, your financial health. All right. So a few things that we're going to talk through while you're there. We're going to do goal setting. And we're going to do goal setting in a way that has you focus on where you're going and totally step into possibility. I want you to imagine leaving with clear goals for your health, for your business, and for your finances. I want you to imagine anchoring those goals in the area I call freedom. And freedom is the places you want to go, the relationships you want to develop, the things you want to acquire in your life, and how you want to experience life. We're going to get really clear so that you leave with a clear plan for 2018. We're going to do a section where you're also going to talk about, what you need to accept in your life. And, one of the things I found for myself is that when I sit in the place of acceptance and I accept what is, it is the most powerful place. Now, what is acceptance? Acceptance is doing an inventory of your life without judgment, without additional conversation, without shame, blame, guilt, and all those things. Imagine being able to assess your life from this clear place and move from there. We're going to show you exactly how to do that. I call this what it is, right? And taking 100% responsibility for what's going on. Now, what most people find is when they're able to sit in acceptance and create this clearing, this space, where they're able to create a blank slate to begin, without the negative conversations, without all the negative self-talk, they are able to create this space where they are able to take new action. From there, you sit in a place of responsibility, but in there, you also begin to sit in a place of positive solutions. You begin to ask yourself new questions. You begin to ask yourself better questions. You begin to look for solutions. You begin to partner with different people. You begin to get into action. And it is in this place of action that each action informs your next step. I am so excited for you. We are going to talk about letting go of the things that are getting in your way as you go on this journey, right? And I know for myself that as I've gone on my health journey, as I've gone on my wealth journey, as I've gone on even my relationships journeys, there are conversations that are running in the background that I didn't even know existed, that have stopped me and got in the way of my health, that's got in the way of my wealth, that's got in the way of certain relationships. And imagine being able to uncover them and have tools as to how to begin to clear them. I'm not saying we're gonna erase them, but imagine being able to shift the conversations around those and begin to relate to those experiences, those things as lessons learned, and being able to shift the story that you tell yourself about each of those areas. I am so excited for as we go on this journey. We're also going to talk through, how to keep your goals around your health solid, right? Oftentimes people ask me, how do I stay in this health journey? How do I stay in this health conversation? How do I stay in all the conversations around my life? And one of the things we'll talk about is how do you keep targets alive? For me, you'll notice that I always have a health goal. I always have a wealth goal. I always have a business goal. I always have a vacation goal, a freedom goal. I always have a goal. And we're going to talk about how you set these small markers that have you totally sit in this place of possibility. So why Fit, Fab, and Fulfilled? Because 2018 is a year of transformation. It's a year of change. Everybody steps into a new year with big dreams, big hopes. But oftentimes we don't step into this new year with a plan and a blueprint for change. My goal is to help you have a plan and a blueprint in all the areas of your life. Because one of the things I've learned is my health, your health, is the foundation for every single thing that we do. It creates your physical fitness, your emotional fitness, your spiritual fitness. That is where health is. I've also learned that health is not about changing you. Health is about changing. That's right. It's a new year for everybody, Lori. You're absolutely right. Health is about changing your habits, your beliefs, your actions, and creating a new possibility for yourself, right? Because this is the thing. You and I are all perfect exactly the way we are. But if you're not getting to where you want to go, it might be the conversation that you're having with yourself. It may be the habits that you're exhibiting over time. You see, my character, your character, are our habits expressed over time. So imagine being able to get into a conversation where you are able to examine your habits around your health and then move those habits into your business, into your wealth planning, into your relationships. right? Because as I said at the beginning, the habits that I learned on the track, on the court, on the field, in the gym are the exact same habits that have me win today, right? So why an experience? Because I want you to have a cellular experience. And I know that when I have lived something, when I've gone on a journey where I've had an experience, it anchors into me. And I get to go back to that place, go back to that feeling, go back to those habits, because it changes, it takes a shift. See, I can tell you something, and you can understand it intellectually. I can show you something, and you can watch me do it and get it a little bit deeper. But when I have you do and experience something, it becomes real for you. So you are going to engage in a whole week where you're able to engage in activities that build on top of each other, that create transformation around your health and your conversation around your physical fitness. Then we're going to have conversations and anchor what you're learning in your physical fitness in your mental fitness by helping you establish habits, beliefs, and values that anchor that. Then we're going to have you take that into your leadership fitness and really get you present to who you are in the world is how you are known, and that leadership lives in who you're being. Leadership is you being the example. Leadership is what you do every day, and it's how you show up when people are watching, but more importantly, when you don't know they're watching. Imagine having such a level of excellence and a level of integrity that you have a certainty about how you show up in the world. The Fit, Fab, and Fulfill journey is designed exactly for that. So, as we come to, the end of this 30 minutes, my goal is that you join me on this 1 week excursion. Again, in Cancun, El Dorado Resort. All inclusive, everything. Once you register and you get there, imagine everything is included, right? Everything is included. And this is an experience where you can have divine meals, luscious accommodations, beautiful and juicy conversation about transformation, excursions that are one of a kind. And I'm also going to introduce you to some of my experts, some of my friends, some of my mentors. It is this is an experience unlike any, in a location unlike any. Some people ask me, why are we going somewhere? Well, this is what I do now. I live in North America and we work really hard. And if you're an entrepreneur, I know that you work sometimes day in, day out, and it feels like 24/7. And we all cast a vision of what we want for our lives. This is about living and playing at the same time. This is about pulling your vision for your life and tasting it as you go through your transformation. This is about anchoring in possibility as to why we do what we do. I want to remind you of why you got on this journey in the first place, why you got into this entrepreneurship, into business, into executive, whatever, if you're an executive, why you do what you do. We're going to anchor it into a vision for you. Because for me, the time is now. It is not when I retire that I want to enjoy my life. It's not when I retire that I want to have experiences. The time is now. Fit, Fab, and Fulfill allows you to work hard. It allows you to play hard. It allows you to enjoy an amazing conversation. So if I've inspired you and you're excited, I know the link has been posted. Go find out how you can register. Go find out what this is all about. Hook up with me if you have questions. Let me be your guide to an exquisite journey in 2018. Fit, Fab, and Fulfill Freedom Retreat, February 1 through 8. I am so excited to see you there. I'm excited to see me there. Come and join my team. Come and join my crew. Come and join the people that have already registered. And I will space is actually limited because there was only so many spaces we could reserve at this beautiful resort. And so get booked, get registered, we're going to get your plane tickets organized, And if you're Canadian, your flight is included, right? So get registered, give us a call, click the link, find out more. I'm looking forward to hearing you. I'm looking forward to seeing you. I'm looking forward to having a toast with you at our champagne reception. Talk to you soon. Take care.